Welcome back to my channel, Life with Toppa. For the first time you join me, today we're going to be talking about life in the trenches, things that happen in prison settings. This situation is basically surviving a compound in the first 30 days in the federal pen. It's not an easy thing for a lot of individuals to do, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. When I first went to the pen, when I reached in the bullpen, which is like a holding cell where it's a bunch of dudes who came off the bus that's in that little holding cell waiting to get processed. You know, you got to see the case manager, you got to get assigned to a room, you got to see SIS, which is fun for special investigators. In the investigation, that's the people who actually, they like the police or the prison. You know what I'm saying? The equivalent from the people that's on the street who's actually police officer. In these settings, they are the police officers. But anyway, make a long story short. Before you actually leave that bullpen, the warden, the AW, and the captain comes to the bullpen and give a little speech. One of the speech that the warden actually gave out the first time when I went there was like, this was how he said to us, if you know you ain't right, meaning that if you're hot, if you're cooperated with the government, go ahead and just basically go to the SHU, which is the hold, which is special housing unit, meaning that you're going to be locked in a cell by yourself with nobody else. If you cooperate with the government, he don't want you on his compound, because you go out there and you hot, you gonna get stabbed or you gonna get killed, and he don't want none of his officers to actually have to basically be part in something that he could avoid. So he tell all the individuals in the bullpen, listen up, if you hot, please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please, just go to the SHU. Don't go out there on that compound, because I don't want to get my officers hurt. I don't want nothing to happen to you. So therefore, just go ahead and go to the SHU and get rerouted to a whole nother compound, which, you know, if individuals don't cooperate with the government and they go to the SHU, which is a special housing unit, what would happen is the Bureau will actually reroute them somewhere else, which is a lower security, where they could basically walk the yard. Because in the federal pen, if you hot and dudes know that you hot, you won't be able to walk that compound. That ain't happening. That's why the first 30 days is so critical in the USP, because in that first 30 days, you got to get your paperwork. And if you don't get that paperwork, you have to go back to the SHU. And when you get your paperwork, that's when you could come back. Otherwise, you can't stay on that compound. So you have 30 days to get that paperwork. Anyway, after he give us a little rundown, the captain give us the rundown, the AW give us a rundown, then, you know, you see SIS, you see the case manager, they assign you what room you. First thing, when you see SIS, the first thing they're going to ask you what gang you're a part of. Is you associated with any gang? Is you with any gang? What gang you're a part of? They already got your rap sheet right in front of them, so they pretty much, they got something to work off, but they still putting you through this interview to ask you, is you associated with any gang? Is you in a gang? Where you're from? Blase, blase, even though they have the paperwork in front of them. Anyway, when they finally let us out the bullpen to go to the yard, the person was bringing us to the yard and asked the individuals, do anybody want to step to the side and go to the SHU, because you can't go to the yard. It was like about 50 of us, like 25 of them same individuals stepped to the side. I couldn't believe it. They part of like the Red Sea. They couldn't go to the yard. So anyway, it was like 50 of us, and it was us 25 of us going to the yard and 25 going to the SHU, special housing unit. They basically they going to being in protective service, because they can't be around inmates, because on this yard right here, if they find that you hot, they're not going to let you walk off the yard. They're going to try to put that knife in you, because there's a lot of lifers, a lot of dudes that's actually standing on. They not dealing with no hot nigga. If they know you hot, they trying to kill you. But anyway, make a long story short, you go to the yard. They normally put you on the yard about 11 o'clock in the night. The reason for that, they don't want the arrested prisoner that's already on the compound to see you or see one of his enemy and be able to basically get to you right away. They want to get some time where they basically be on the defense. But anyway, you get to the compound, they put you in a cell. The next morning, 6 o'clock, when their doors pop, the whole institution is up. Everybody. I mean everybody. Why? We could go on lockdown. Just like that. 9 times out of 10, every time the boss said the federal pen, the whole prison goes on lockdown the following morning. Why? Either a dude see a dude that he was beefing with from the street, or he done seen a hot nigga and he gonna put that work in front of the police, in front of everybody. He don't care who it is. So anytime the bus comes, 9 times out of 10, we going on a lockdown. But in this situation, we didn't went on a lockdown because them 25 dudes, they went on ahead and went to the shoot there and came to the compound. So I didn't have to go through that situation at that given time. When you come out the cell at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're going to go to chow. You're going to get you a commissary slip. You're going to fill out your commissary slip to actually figure out what you need, your basics as far as your hygiene, a sweat outfit, a tennis shoes, just to get yourself together while, you know what I'm saying, your property catch up with you if you get transferred from another prison, or you're just coming from the county jail. If you're coming from the county jail, you're starting from scratch. So you got to get the things that you really need. So when you go to the trial in the morning, now when you go to the trial hall is a whole different situation now. This is what's going on with it when you go to that section of the prison. Everybody from everywhere where they're from have their own seat. I'm on the island car, I'm Jamaican, so therefore you got the Jamaican seat right here, which is an island car. You got Baltimore in front of me. You got the Midwest behind me. Then behind the Midwest you have New York, which they share their table with the Bloods. Boom, over that section, over this side right here, you have GD Vice Lords, Gangster Disciples. Behind them, you have North Carolina, South Carolina. Over the other section right there, you got the Muslims. Then the next section right there, you have the white boy car. Then you go back over this section right here, you have the Heroin Brotherhoods. Then you go back this section, you have the Pisces. Then you got the Natanas. And you got the gangster, not the gangster disciple, the Black Mafia. Then you have also, it's so much different gangs on this compound, it's ridiculous. I told you got the Pisces already. You have, it's just so much different people on this compound, man, different groups, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, this is how the entire child hall is separated up. And you can't be from another car and go sit at another table because they're looking at you like, what is you doing? Who are you? Where you came from? Get away from here. You might get stabbed sitting at the wrong table in that child. You can't do that. Like, I can't be in a hiding car and go sit at the Heron Brotherhood table. They might take off on me. And they have every right to take off on me because the rules is you sit where your people at. If you're not with them, if you're not with that car, you can't sit right there. And that's just the rules. But after you finish the child situation, you go straight to go to the commissary, go buy what you need to buy. Make sure your money is already on your books. Because if it ain't on your books, you hit. Buy what you're buying, come back. Then you know you're gonna put your stuff down, you're gonna go to the yard because the homies wanna see you. They wanna know who you is, introduce yourself and blase. But the way they run in this compound, one individual is gonna talk to you and he's gonna give you the rundown, let you know you got 30 days to get your paperwork. You don't get your paperwork, you gotta go to the SHU and wait until you get it and then come back, which is protective service. You gotta go back, you gotta go in lockup. Get your paperwork and come back on the compound. If you don't get it, keep it moving. That means you could go ahead and get transferred, don't come back. But that's how it goes. So in my car, a lot of dudes ain't gonna even talk to you unless you have that paperwork. They wait to see that paperwork to make sure you get clearance, to make sure that you're straight. Now, you on the compound and you ain't straight, in 30 days, or they find out that you're hot for real, you out of there. You out of there. Just like that. So that 30 days time span in the BOP independent is very critical. A lot of individuals don't even make it for 30 days. I'm telling you, even the police actually betting that you're not going to make it because they're looking at dudes and they're looking at your how you carry yourself, how you move, and they say, nah, that dude ain't gonna survive this. He ain't gonna make it for 30 days. He gonna be out of here because this place is rocking and rolling, man. This place could go on lockdown that quick, just like that. So, like, there was an incident where a dude, he was Mexican, and he actually, when he came on the compound, he supposed to be riding with the Pisces. He telling the Pisces that he riding solo, like he think this is a state jail or something. They looking at him like, you got to be crazy. You can't stay on this compound. You can't stay on this compound and talk about you a Pisces. You actually not say that he was a Pisces, but he's Mexican, and you're not riding with the Pisces. They're not trying to hear that. So they gave him a warning. He took it lightly, and he got stabbed up. Just for that. Because the only chance he could have had if he was saying that he was Christian and he went into the Christian car, that means he could have been neutral. But he never did that because he really didn't know the politics of the prison. Because this prison right here got a whole bunch of politics, man. There's so much politics, man, it's not even a joke. Every day they're getting them politicking. If a dude don't like you, they're getting them trying to find something just to get you run up off their yard. Even though you got your paperwork and you straight, you could just do one thing and they politic you and you up off that yard just like that. So it's very critical in order to survive the USP in the feds. It's nothing to be played with. It's definitely a hardship for a lot of individuals to survive the first 30 days when they go to the USP. If you like this video, make sure you share, subscribe, and follow. And follow the Toppa Black Flag movement. Chop, chop, chop. You know what it is.